undertaken some form of repair, whereby you use a glue or some other form of cement to fix something, and after a while you look at it and you become convinced that it's dried properly and that everything is now firm, but upon picking it up or moving it slightly just to check, you discover that it hadn't dried at all, that you've ruined the job and you need to start again. You've probably done the same with a few other things. Perhaps you've touched that paint before it's dried, or taking the bread out of the oven before it's raised fully. The same misestimation tends to occur very frequently when it comes to our own self-improvement. If we injure ourselves or we get ill, we undertake the restorative exercises and the regime, or take the medicine until the symptoms go away. The injury may still be there. The illness probably could just be dormant. But because the outwards appearance is firm, we take our attention away. What we really need to do is to make sure that our undertaking is comprehensive and well timed. So that injury, once the symptoms disappear, we should carry on with the exercise and the healthy practices, not just to repair the injury, but also to make sure that we are toughened in that area. We're going to build a shoulder of steel, or make sure that we've fully strengthened that leg so that the original site of injury is armoured against any future occurrence. Likewise, any good practices, improvements in posture or movement, should be practiced until they're permanent. Our medicine or the healing practice we are taking part in should be continued until there is no possibility of the illness reoccurring by our judgments. By the same token, we should apply these measures to any improvements to our character. How many times have you seen a great dedication to some form of improvement to life, which involves at the end a reversion to the original bad habit or inefficient way of doing things? This is just like the glue. Someone has put a new way of being in place, carried on until they feel that they have solved the problem, and then take their attention away and go back to their original habits. So how do we ensure that the changes we're making are actually permanent? My advice is that you do the following. You set in place a program whereby any negative quality you have is not only eliminated, but turns into a virtue, into a positive habit. Something which is only bringing good effects for yourself and for the world around you. To do this, you need to look at what it is you're trying to do with the bad habit. So let's imagine you wanted to give up smoking. You could really contemplate why you smoke, and perhaps you'd find that smoking for you is calming or allows you to dull your emotions. Once you've discovered that, then you've got a clear goal. You need to find a better, more positive way of doing this. And I think it's really good if you can do something which is a replacement. You could learn a calming breathing exercise that you perform twice a day as a meditative practice to bring inner tranquility, but also whenever you feel a need to smoke a cigarette during the day, you could bring that calm breath into your life. Perhaps you look at the habit of smoking and it's actually something you really enjoy. You're smoking for the kick that nicotine gives you. Then maybe you could get the kick somewhere else. Maybe it's time to let go of the smoking and practice learning to hold your breath, to take up free diving so that you are able to go deeper than most, just using breath holding techniques, and practice learning to hold your breath and lung expanding exercises every day. Leading yourself into a virtue like this, which cannot coexist with the vice, and allowing this to become permanent. So choose a goal and a time period where you couldn't consider this not being a completely permanent new way of doing things. This would be 100 days of practicing your inner tranquility and meditation in a row. This would be a free driving qualification. Something like this, which allows the vice or the negative characteristic in your personality to grow into the virtue that it always wanted to be. Using this method, you can undertake the very enjoyable task of self-evolution and make sure that you're taking steps forwards without ever needing to take some steps back. My name's Martin Faulks, and I hope this video has been of use to anyone who's wishing to make permanent improvements to themselves and to their character. Until next time, let's let every word, thought and action count.